morning. Welcome to Room Therapy. If you have ever prayed or had a conversation with God or the universe or whoever you pray to and agreed to work with them, right? If you agreed, if you like, God, I want to do it your way. I want to heal people, help people. If you've ever had that kind of conversation, I'm praying for you because it is not easy to put yourself on the front line of spiritual warfare because that's ultimately what you're doing. You are given the gift of insight and foresight and understanding, and you can see past people's facades, you can see past their masks. You tend to be able to identify with the person's truth, and it's difficult. You will find yourself under attack often, because you're fighting a spiritual war that other people don't necessarily even know they're in, right? So a lot of times people don't know why they mad at you. They don't know why they feel some kind of way, why they just can't stand you. Well, it's because it's your job to irritate their demons. It's your role to bring them out of the dark. And I don't mean out of the dark like they chose to be in the dark. Some people do choose to be in the dark, but I mean, it's your job to break them out of like the matrix, right? It's your job to trigger them so that they become so self-aware that they learn how to heal themselves, right? That they can identify that they need healing or therapy or shit like that. On the flip side to that responsibility, it is so very important that we are feeding ourselves the right types of food, that we are listening to high vibrational music, that we are watching what we watch on TV, we're watching the type of things that we absorb into ourselves, because it's so easy to be weakened, right? It's so easy for our bodies to be weakened and not have the strength that we need to stay on the front line, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There will be times where you need to recover. You'll be tired. You'll just need to rest and things like that. But if you're not eating properly, you know what I'm saying, then you'll get knocked down way more often than what you're supposed to. Okay, so understand the responsibility that you have taken on, and I'm talking to myself actually. When I talk to y'all, I'm talking to me, okay? Understand the capacity of the responsibility in which you take on. That's why, the year and some change that I spent not working, it was easy for me to eat healthy and keep my body and shit together because I wasn't really dealing with a bunch of people. But now that I'm back in a work environment and I'm dealing with people and these energies consistently, I can see where I need to get my strength back up, right? I need to do more than what I was doing last year when I was working from home and I wasn't really having to deal with any outside energies other than like my family and people that I literally just chose to deal with. It is very important that we maintain as much healthy um, habits as possible, because people got to wake up whether they want to or not. That part, in the Bible where it say every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. I don't always tie that to this confession related specifically to Jesus, but I understand that when you are a child of God or a person who has taken on a responsibility to help heal others, you're going to be put in positions, and the strength of your character is what will force people to kneel and confess, right? Because everybody not going to be able to cheat you out your spot. Everybody not going to be able to trick you out your spot. Some people going to have to face you. And in facing you, that's where your truth is supposed to force them, encourage them, sway, persuade them to confess their own need to surrender to healing, a healthier lifestyle, being better parents, being better people. Like this is all, y'all. I just went back to the first Hunger Game and watched them all the way through, and I'm just amazed at how even in our weakest moments, right? People who need what we have to offer, they don't see us as weak. They still see us as a pillar of strength, regardless of how said warfare is actually affecting us on the inside. So just be mindful of, what you're listening to, what you're feeding your body. It's that time of the season to where, the weather is changing, so it's cold and hot and the temperature is kind of all over the place. So it's just a prime time for unhealthy things to be able to kind of, take over your body. So be mindful of what you're eating and drinking and watching and listening to. Um, Use the tools that you have been given to help keep you on track. Be mindful of all of the little things that the universe gives us one step at a time in order to help us get to the next step, right? So for me, good example, like I work a hybrid schedule. So I can pick the days of the week that I want to go into the office, right? I had some shit going on. I got a bird that's constantly trying to build a nest on my porch, and had to put the spikes up because look at him trying to build it around the spikes. Wow. Okay. Anyway, um, I had some stuff going on, and it was causing me anxiety, like right here. I'm talking like thick, and in the moment, I realized like, damn, I don't know if I was prepared for this. Meaning, I might not have ate breakfast, or I might have had the right type of food in my body or whatever I've been drinking. I had a steak, so I was bloated and just irritated, right? So, before I let it, I felt like it was consuming me, that it was about to consume me and take me to a place that I haven't been in years. And I'm like, how do I, what is the solution? I need a solution. I can't let this affect me every day. I cannot go back down this similar path. And boom, I got a hybrid schedule, so I just chose to not go into the office the day that I would normally go in. Oh, I'm just gonna go in the day where they're doing it again. Those solutions are around us all the time. So just make sure that before you check out, you check in and you ask, what am I missing? What do I have? What tool do I have at my disposal that can get me from today to tomorrow? That's it. Don't try to forecast a solution 2 or 3 months down the line because you have no idea what is in the works, what's working behind the scenes. It's important to make sure that you stop before you're consumed even sooner, right? Stop when you realize that there is an internal conflict and say, what tools do I have at my disposal right now that can just handle this? And I guarantee you'll get an answer. I just wanted to check in with y'all. I know it's been a while. I've been busy, right? Got a job, then got a promotion, and then some wacky shit happened right after that, right? So I've just been kind of dealing with that and dealing through it and kind of just, trying to take it one step at a time. Um, but I don't lose. So I don't lose. Um, because I don't compete. I stay in my lane. And when you're in your lane, there is no losses. There's only wins because it's all forward moving and it's all for your betterment. So don't get distracted. Don't let nobody throw you off. I know it's hard. If you get knocked down, get back up and rest. This is not an easy journey. Half the time, you don't even realize you're in a spiritual warfare until it's too late because people will fake the funk with you. They will fake for weeks, sometimes years at a time before you're able to look at them and identify, like, oh shit, you've been the ops the whole time. But now you in too deep to be able to just step out and say, oh, I just can't deal with that. Check in before you check out. There's not, that's just part of the journey. It's part of trusting the universe. It's part of knowing that the spiritual warfare is consistent. And there is no way to always know ahead of time what's coming your way. That's why a healthy lifestyle is so important. It's so important. So that when things happen that you don't expect to happen, your body physically is already prepared to handle it. Whether it's working out, I need to get back to working out, bro. I'm gonna tell you, working out is such a stress reliever because you just don't have time. The impact of a physical workout on your body, it just relieves stress and tension and shit that's built up in your body. It's tricky discipline. We've talked about that multiple times. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to encourage y'all to go through it and don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out because I promise you, you got all the tools you need to get through it. But you have to tap in and not tap out. And tapping out looks like, well, I'm just not gonna deal with it, or I'm gonna quit, or I'm gonna drink, or I'm gonna smoke, or I'm a club hop, or I'm a sleep with multiple people. Checking out is distractions. Checking out is I'm not gonna fix it. I'm just gonna do this, and it's very easy to just be like, I'm not gonna deal with that shit. But it don't go away. It's gonna be there when you get up tomorrow. The anxiety don't just dissolve because you decided you wasn't gonna deal with it in a moment. I'm not saying don't take a step back and regroup and come back to it with a better solution or with the tools that's appropriate for the situation. But don't think for 1 minute if you decide that you had a stressful day going out and drinking, it's gonna mean that the day not gonna be stressful or the week not gonna be stressful again on Monday. You have to go through it, but be willing to ask for the tools at your disposal to use at the appropriate time. I missed y'all. I still got new stuff coming. I just been busy. Um, I'm still doing my readings. I am still, working on my podcast. My podcast is kind of getting an upgrade, so more on that to come. But if you haven't listened to the Room of Therapy 1111 podcast, I have plenty of episodes on Spotify. So go take a listen. Leave me some, comments. Let me know what you think. And just stay focused and rest. That's the theme. Focus and rest. Focus and rest. Okay? I love y'all. I'll be back to talk soon.